Speak to Pell Grandy or Will Donnell if you're looking for supplies. I hear that Telemachus Rasp has been investigating reports of missing initiates. Hello. Good, Joe. But use your wrist handle or spin to the boat.
Savant Engar is quite the accomplished war mage, if you can believe it. Joram Quintus of the Eastern chapter always has a wide stock of gems and shards.
As teachers go, Master Telemachus Rasp is tough, but fair. Fast! Let's see. If I change the motion to more...
Good day.
The spell will be doubled.
Hello. As teachers go, Master Telemachus Rasp is...
Idris Theonin has been managing the Scholia Arcana libraries for centuries. Here's a special lesson for those that are curious. The mage who hesitates is lost. You must be confident. You must strike. Ah! A newly recruited student. Welcome. Please join us. We're simply preparing for some field research. There are a number of advantages to basing ourselves in Rathir. The plains are among the most magical of the regions in these lands. And we receive special patronage from the Orbicant, the rules of Rathir, for the purposes of furthering the study of magic. Magic is reaching all races. If we do not know what its limitations and strengths are, then we are in for darker times. I oversee the training of initiates here in the Rathir chapter. Defensive work, mostly, to protect themselves while doing research or going on expeditions. Part of the training involves sending initiates to Gloam Thicket, a Fey Hollow and a Katha. It gives my pupils first-hand experience with Fey magics. Now that I think of it, I believe you're overdue for some field research yourself. Care to investigate? I try to give the initiates some perspective on the scope and types of magic. Part of this involves seeing the magic of the Fey. Gloam Thicket was an ideal spot for them to observe Fey magic, but lately, they haven't been returning. Something's preying on the initiates. Like I said, it's in the Akatha. Given the environment and the presence of Morgan, I'd say a Banshane priestess has awakened. Dangerous things. I suggest fireballs to the head repeatedly until it stops moving. It's nestled in the flooded plains of Akatha. Never used to be more than Morgan there, but now it's something more serious. Find the Banshane priestess that's killing our initiates, and put it down. Been to Gloam Thicket yet? Killed that monster?
Idris Theonin has been... Let's see. If I change the motion to more a twist, then will the spell be redoubled?
Hello. Speak to Siobhan Reen if you're in need of a healer while in the Rathir chapter. Someday I hope to administer a trial of initiation. It's such an intricate bit of spellcraft.
Greetings. Well, I was hoping to spend my time in the Order solving mysteries and delving into the world of the arcane. Or at least, not as much time on custodial work. Grew up in Rathir. Always had a head for letters. Was a bit sickly as a youth, so there was little for me to do but read. Once I was of age, I joined the Scholia. Spent my life growing up around the docks. Love all parts of this city, from high to low. A collection of smarter people I'm sure I've never seen. Farewell.
The Issa chapter is focused more on researching the magics of the Fae. The Rathir chapter is the true heart of the Scholia.
Well, I was hoping to spend my time in the Order, so stay strong.
Speak to Pell Grandy or Will Donnell if you're looking for supplies.
Come to have a look at our library, haven't you? We'll take it in. I love the campus, but there's too many people who'd rather have their noses in books than in the dirt. Can you believe it? You have the passion for craft as well. Purest form of the Scholia Arcana, I think. Directly interacting with and manipulating the magics of our world. Shame that I have no skill with it myself. There are few others around that might be of help. Orthanara or Artancade. Studying magic is one thing, but it should be done while walking the plains or the woods or deserts, not in some library. Been a pleasure.
Speak to Pelgrim. Artancade is an expert at dispelling in the Rathir chapter.
Let's see. If I change the motion to more a twist, then will the spell be redoubled?
Good day. The Issa chapter is focused more on researching the magics of the Fae. The Rathir chapter is the true heart of the Scholia.
The Issa chapter is focused more on researching the magics of the Fae. The Rathir chapter is the true heart of the Scholia. Speak to Siobhan Reen if you're in need of a healer while in the Rathir chapter.
Are you here for the evaluation? I've already administered the written copies. This will have to be an oral exam. I oversee the library in the Rathir chapter. Many walk the road of knowledge, but I make sure they do so in an orderly manner. The Rathir chapter has some of the finest collections of manuscripts in the plains of Erythel. I guarantee it. Were it so easy to summarize an institution like the Scholia Arcana in a few short words, books, I think, do it slightly more justice. Goodbye, then. If you're interested, I can proctor a special case of our introductory level methodology examination. Members of all ranks, regardless of their skill, must always know the value of research and perception. I understand your studies with us are a unique situation, so let's consider this practice. Take this book, read it, and understand what it means to be part of our order. The Omnibus Arcana is a staple of the education in our institution. All first-year students are given a copy to study. The lessons involve an introduction to the rigors of studying magic, as well as the value of applying yourself to your studies. Each book is different for every user, but they all impart the same basic knowledge. This is the Omnibus Arcana. It is a magical text that holds the collected knowledge of our order. It is also imbued with a certain form of intelligence. Follow its directions as you would my own. This is an introductory text given to all first-year students. It's considered canon. The test begins in the courtyard. From there, you're on your own. Where was I?
Hello.
Raina Nyorn can teach sagecrafting to anyone. She spends most of her time in the Delving Hall.
Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be war mages. Be useful in these times.
I have healing abilities if you seek some aid. Healing is a discipline that not many choose to pursue here. There is a stigma that it is a craft for village elders and common folk. But it involves mastery of spellcraft, alchemy, and anatomy. Many simply lack the patience needed to learn these works. I've lived in Rathir my whole life. This is the heart of the Alfar, the center of the world. I came to the Order years ago, eager to learn how magic can be used to help the mortal races. I joined the Order to become a battle mage, but I quickly learned the horrors of such magic. I elected to study healing instead. Come anytime. You are seeking healing. Let me see what I can do. Stay safe.
Raina Nyorn can teach sagecrafting to anyone. She spends most of her time in the Delving Hall.
Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be war mages. Be useful in these times.
Greetings. I've heard rumors. Something's happening to the savants and high-ranking members of the Scholia. These are dark times.
Joram Quintus of the Issa chapter always has a wide stock of gems and shards.
How do I keep losing quills? Greetings. I mean, it's a pleasure to, your worship. Good tidings, Archsage. You're never too old to learn something. That's what I always say. Of course, it helps that I forget everything half the time. I hear there's more tutelage that goes on here at the Rathir chapter. And when you've learned enough, you're sent out into the world. I even hear some go to Issa. The Order. It's one of the most respected orders in the Feylands. I spent the better part of my life training to be a part of it. I can't believe I lost those notes.
Greetings.
Ah, welcome to the Scholia Arcana, young one. How may I be of assistance? Few sorcerers possess the aptitude or the wisdom of Savant Ethan Engar. The Scholia Arcana is lucky to have him. The fabled Irathi ruin that lies deep within the She of Dalantarth? I know the place. They say rogue sorcerers, foul worshippers of the fire god Vrakor, make haven in its halls. Interested in a bit of sage crafting or alchemy? Itran Skarn or Red Thumbroom will be happy to help you out. Or if dispelling is your preference, try to find Artan Cade about. The man's a wizard with a ward. Ah, the great Nuala Ignis. She was something of a rising star among us, not unlike you. She also had quite the affinity for fire, I believe. Most would tell you that the Scholia Arcana is the continent's premier journal and lecture society, an order of learned mages and scholars. And that is true. It is simply not the whole truth. In time, you will learn what I mean. I have a feeling about you. A city of splendors indeed. The Scholia Arcana shares the spire with a great many of the Alpha elite. Rathir has stood for centuries, through famine and through fire. It will stand for centuries more. You're always welcome.
Wards can be a tricky thing if you don't know how to handle them. Another time. Dispelling is a skill that all adventurers, Scholia Arcana or no, should take to heart. I am but a humble practitioner of the arts of dispelling. I share my knowledge with all who wish to learn. It is rather alarming, it seems, that more mages know how to create wards than undo them. The Rathir chapter certainly manages to provide the resources we need, be they financial, academic, or even personal. Keep care of yourself.
As teachers go, Master Telemachus Rasp is tough but fair.
Savant Engar is quite the accomplished war mage, if you can believe it. Artan Cade is an expert.
I've been providing goods to the Order for over a decade. What's your interest? Largest city on the continent. At least, it was once, before the gnomes refused to quit adding to Odessa. Worked here my whole life. I've seen things shocking enough to make you blind. It takes a certain kind to last long in this Order, I think. I provide all members of the Scholia Arcana with the tools and items their training might require of them. come again.
I'm sorry, but the symposium on the effects of mana sublimation in sage crafting ended some time ago. Might I suggest perhaps maintaining some punctuality? There is much that goes into the study of sage crafting, but though some obsess with the practical forms, I devote myself to its theoretical elegance. Oh dear. It seems that I've had my symposium scheduled at the same time as Earth and Nara's lecture. She's going to be cross. Magic is more powerful than it ever has been. And who is more important in such a time as now than the Scholia Arcana? Attend to your studies.
If I change the motion to more a twist, then will the spell be redoubled?
Arten Cade is an expert at dispelling in the Rathir chapter.
Greetings. I've heard rumors. Something's happening to the savants and high-ranking members of the Scholia. These are dark.
If you've come for the lecture on spellbinding, then you're running a bit behind schedule. I have no idea why the chapter continues to schedule my practical sagecrafting lectures at the same time as the Sagecraft Theory Symposium. A wonderful institution, if only for appropriating funding for the study of magic. You know, instead of using funds for silly things like weapons or entertainment. Oh! Well, not many care to inquire about me. Usually it's all about sagecrafting and gem lattices. It's my work, you see. Remember, everyone be sure to do the reading. Please, I already announced the results of the latest examination. If you missed them, consult one of the other students. Farewell.
I have many things I wish to attend to, but I can always make time if there's a matter you wish to discuss. The great city of the Alfar has never fallen, and never will. At least, not until it does. I can think of no greater mystery than what it must have been like for the first alchemists to sample the potions they made. I only wish I had been there. Many, many years ago, I joined this hallowed order. I was young, tender at the age of 15, and gifted far beyond my rights in the art of magic. Ethan Ingar recognized my potential even then. He was the first to show me the wonders of alchemy. I've been happily blowing my eyebrows off ever since. You can find me here.
Good evening. Greetings, neophyte.
Artan Cade is an expert at dispelling in the Rathir chapter.
So, a necromancer was behind Melaglir's disappearing villagers. Disturbing. My suspicions regarding your potential were well-founded. You are forthwith promoted to the rank of docent. As a docent, your first order of business is to the west, to speak with a man named Anka Edmure. I am a savant in our prestigious order. As scholars of the arcane, we are organized into various ranks according to our mastery of magic. Savant is the second highest rank of the order. My responsibilities may be difficult for you to comprehend until you are better versed in exactly what it is we do. I imagine it rankled Adept Fell to no end that you were responsible for saving her life. That pleases me. He is the most powerful practitioner of magic alive, that we know about at least. Few members of the Order ever get to meet the Archsage, to tell the truth. He's simply too busy doing whatever it is that Archsages do. You are to liaise with a man named Anka Edmure, a rather enthusiastic sagecrafter from the village of Emer to the west. He often sends reports of mystical occurrences that usually turn out to be exaggerated tales of inebriated fever dreams. His latest cry for help, however, may hold some truth. Go to Emer, speak to the man, and find out what he means by Shardfall has come alive. Do you wish to know more about him? I believe he is a sagecrafter of some ability. His ardor for magic is noble, but I fear he has never demonstrated the breadth of skill necessary to warrant an invitation to our order. Let me know when you have figured out what is happening in Shardfall. In the meantime, I will continue studying the rather phenomenal properties of this sunstone. Be well.
Good evening.
Stand aside.
Citizen.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
Everything is bought and sold in the Praderi market. So many of our young men and women lost to this war.
day. Never saw a more drastic change in a gnome. When his daughter came back, he just about burst with joy. He even offered to help us get back to town. Quite a change from cursing and spitting at us. I heard Lord Candrian passed away. I won't cry for him, the coward. Until later, then.
Be careful. The bandits here.
Greetings, Wanderer. A tinker tinkers, of course. I fix things, make them new.
Hello again.
Greetings. Ah, you have returned. Then your 7th labor awaits. Together, the items you collected comprise the Amrinthian Band, the crown of Candrian kings. Your 7th labor is to reconstruct this crown. It is an ancient crown for ancient kings. That is all I will say on the matter. There is only one place where the Amrinthian Band may be reconstructed. On a rock. Find a Fey sagecrafter named Hendy and tell her I sent you. She will assist you in restoring the Amrinthian Band. Until later, then.